How you doing, everybody? This is Jason from Jason's House of Fun and Video Games. Where have I been? That's a very good question. We're going to get into that. I did not pass on. I did not give up on YouTube. And I certainly have not been procrastinating. But if this is any indication of what's been going on in my life, where for a while I had to walk around in this kind of mask to get out of the game room, then that will tell you a little bit of what's been going on in the last 2 weeks. So let's get to it. Let me put my biohazard mask up here. And Cynthia, try not to fall on your buns.
Luckily I have a big butt for that.
Alright. Try to do this as safely as possible. Just make sure you shut the door. No animals fall down. So, alright. So unfortunately, about 2 weeks ago now, we had a pretty big problem here. As you can hear, it sounds pretty hollow. Once you see what has transpired here, you will understand why I had to take the hiatus I have. So, you can take a look right underneath me. Clearly, there's some missing rug and some steps.
Wall. Carpet.
Everything. Everything's been kind of all messed up here, right? So, well, unfortunately, I'll bring you down further to fully describe the problem. Hey, look. Don't pan to the right yet.
Oh, don't worry.
Just don't fall.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so here's the first part right here. So right in here, look at that, we even got working lights. So in right here,
The whole thing.
this right here wasn't what you saw it was. This was very old piping, and unfortunately, back in the old days, as we like to say, the way that the extremities go down along with the urine goes through the pipe, gets to here, and then on older systems, it has almost like a U. And right here would be a cap. And luckily, hopefully, at some point, I'll be able to show some pictures of all this nonsense. But eventually, after years and years and years of all that extremities and everything else and paper, it builds up. And then eventually, this happens. So we had a break in the main pipe, which is connected right here, which goes out to the main sewage line for the city. That's the Y. And when that did that, oh, there's no door. No door here. Hi. Nobody's there. Nobody's home. Hello. Some trash bags. It's great. When that happens, everything goes. And the wonderful girlfriend I have holding that camera,
Legit.
excuse me,
Everything went.
Extremities all over her as well as the plumber. Right here where you were standing used to be one of the 2 sanctuaries I have in the house. And not really here anymore. This used to be the bathroom. Used to have all my cool posters here. I used to have them here. Those all had to be removed. For the last 2 weeks we've been out of the house, and for obvious reasons I did not post anything. And this was completely gutted out. All the rug was ripped apart. The cement. Here's another interesting thing. This one right here. These two, kiss them goodbye. I just got them.
I used it 3 times.
Because our washer was, had gone. It just...
Filled with poo-poo.
Yep, and that's unfortunately what we have the problem here. So
and went into the dryer too.
Yep, so everything's gone here. As you can see, there are some things we were able to save. The big question is, was I able to save the collection of the game room? Majority of it, yes.
I was able to save.
Okay, so I was at work dealing with you know, all kinds of stuff that we deal at work, and the big boss's first day to come through and talk with us, the district manager. So I'm sure if any of you have any jobs out there that are related to the retail world like I do, or anything for that matter, when the big boss comes, you know, it's a big dog and pony show, and you got to really show what you got and make a good first impression. So while I was stuck here, Cynthia was covered in extremities and God knows what else. And so wasn't my plumber. And I came home and this place was a disaster. Luckily, like I said, I was able to save a lot of things from the game room. Some things, unfortunately, have not. The shelving units that I had containing my my collection is now gone. The arcade one-ups are still here. Why haven't I gotten that video out on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Well, now you know. No excuses, no nonsense. This is probably the biggest thing that could ever happen to somebody, and I'm not going to go into exact dollar amounts for legal reasons, but it is probably estimated to be well over $20,000 worth of damage. So how am I sitting here being all happy-go-lucky and outstanding and fantastic? And well, it's been a long 2 weeks. I've been at a small cubicle, almost not that small, in a hotel with my family, and I'll tell you,
and the dog,
and sometimes I'll tell you the best ways to get along with everybody in your life is to have your moments in peace to yourself. And this is what that was for me. We all need time to ourselves, and that's a serious note you should take out of this video. But at the end of the day, we got through it. Restoration came through, removed all the nastiness, because when I came down here, I needed to wear that respiratory mask because the fumes are very hazardous to your health. And I'm not here to tell you anything about health or anything like that, because it is me. But I will tell you this, when it comes to certain things like this, you have to be very cautious and very careful on what exactly you do, where you go, and what protection you wear. I wore gloves, I wore glasses, and I also wear that mask. So, with that all being said, tips and tricks on how to survive a biohazard in your house. It's like the end of the world happened, but it really didn't, because in all honesty, none of my stuff is here. It's all gone. Everything I had is gone for the most part. It's all boxed up. The games survived. Everything that I spent a lot of money on survived. It's very disheartening to come down here and hear that echo. Lights still work. This one does too. After every dark night, there's a bright day after that, they say. So I had to deal with that for a very long time over the last 2 weeks, trying to figure out what to do and trying to figure out how to balance work and all this. And I really thank my girlfriend Cynthia very much, and a few close family members to be able to help us to get through all this. So what do we do? What's next? Well, the restoration is done. Now it's time to fix everything. As you can see in here, and that will come at a later date. One thing I will recommend that you do, if you haven't already, there'll be two things, one at the end of this video, one now. Always make sure you have insurance for this reason. If I did not have insurance, that is game over. Life stops. I don't mean life as in breathing. I mean life as you know it stops. Like, this was one of those moments where if you didn't have it, that's it. You got to figure things out real quick because your house is gone. Anyway, they kept this up here to save this part of the room from any hazards. It still has to be redone because you can't do one part of the room and not the other. But we just keep it up there for fun. Everything here is pretty good. It's like jumping into a time portal. I mean, good Lord. Yeah, there's some clothes. We don't need to look at that. But this is all that remains in the game room. My arcade one-ups, Michael, my TV. I had to hook back up the internet because we didn't have internet and cable, which is the main box. Then everybody would really be upset. But everything else here ended up being okay. I don't know what this is. Random cord. So, with all that being said, I wanted to give you a quick update. Oh, wait. We still got our Ghostbuster symbol. He lasted through that too.
I was making that face too, no worries.
Nothing in this side of the room was affected, and everything was treated. So, with that being said,
some stuff was, but
interesting takeaways from today is one, like I said in the beginning of the video, I did not disappear. I did not give up. on being a member of the tube of a billion views, but one of me. But I had to take a hiatus. Now, what's that mean for the channel? I've still got a few videos planned. We're going to be doing it mainly with the cell phone. I was super excited to get that one out with the GoPro. You saw my 15 minutes of fame video. I'm sure there's a workaround around it, but you know, we'll figure that out in due time. The computer's boxed up and everything as well, because eventually all this stuff is going to have to be moved out. I moved out as much as I could with, what is it, 12, I don't know, 72 hours that I had from work, not being at work. So, you know, it is what it is. And the biggest thing I can tell you, other than making sure you have insurance, two, make sure after this video, take a look at your piping. If you own a house and you're a house owner, like I am myself, you do not want to be put in this predicament. I didn't know, and my main plumbing was, you know, buried, and nobody would have ever known. It's very old plumbing. This is what happens with plumbing eventually. But if you do have something like that, and you have any issues in the house, which of course if I did, I would have reacted swiftly. And we reacted as swiftly as we could. Have that checked out immediately. So if you have any of that piping, like I was talking about, that might be something to look into. So the whole main point of that piping is that after everything is passed, they store the gases and everything else right on the top of the cap. And then eventually that's what causes it to explode, which they were both covered, like I said before, many times throughout this video. So
it was a very crappy situation.
it was. Yeah, it was, I'm sure. And I had to deal with it, but not to the extent that you did. So really appreciate you being there for me, and I just told the world that. So thank you very much, and that's why I love you.
Love you too, honey.
So at the end of the day, the channel still continues to move on. We will be bringing out some great content. To the extent of that content, other than what I'm doing right now, be some thrift time and finds, some eBay find and buys, and all this other nonsense that I do, and get some good conversations with you folk. The GoPro, unfortunately, cameras will not be used. This will probably be my only way of communication with the world, with the tube of a billion views, but only one of me. So, without all that being said, 36 people have subscribed to the channel. They gave me their sworn oath that they will continue to watch me and my adventures, and I'll tell you, this is a pretty big one. And if you haven't already, there's 50%, just about 50% subscribe, watch to my, according to my analytics, 50% do not subscribe. Subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. And while you're at it, hit that notification bell, because every time you want to see some thrifting finds and time finds, you want to see some stuff to buy from eBay, you want to talk about life, or you just want to see an empty hole that once was your sanctuary, you can see it right here on this channel first thing as soon as I upload this video and any other video. With that also being said, if you have anything you'd like to add, or anything you'd like to show about your experiences, or share I should say, drop it in the comment section. That is my favorite part of doing this, is that we get to talk one-to-one in front of the world about what's going on, and sharing our likes, our dislikes, and our conversations. So with that being said, stay tuned for more content. This is Jason, Jason's House of Fun and Video Games, and there's a lot of work to be done. Have a great day.